that Kim is out of town too. Kim is out of town.
Okay. We can call the meeting to order at 5:45. It looks like we do not have a quorum today. So we won't be able to vote on anything, but if we could hear our updates. Excuse me.
Can we follow the agenda first?
Yes. So turn off our electronic devices, call the meeting to order, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry about that, Amy. I just thought we won't be able to vote on anything, but we can hear updates.
And we'll just do a quick roll call so we can note who is present and who is absent. Chairman Gilbert,
Here?
Vice Chair Hartless.
Here.
Member Bailey, absent. Member Mealy,
Here.
Member Com, absent. Member Penn, absent. And Member Clark, absent.
Okay, and no call to the public today. So the librarians report for Phoenix.
The library program room has been painted. It's been painted now. And it matches our Macquarie collection room, and the signs that we've purchased from NDO have been hung. The Macquarie room dedication is tentatively being planned for May 2nd around noon, and we'd love to have you guys there. The garden is up and running with various herbs and produce. Some of our tomato plants have really taken off, so if you get a chance to walk through there, check out our garden. Harvests are available every Tuesday and will become more available as the garden produces more food. Our WEX employee had planned her first program, Little Authors, and there were 13 kids in attendance, which is really great for after school. They were all just kids that came on through and were just hanging out, so she did a really good job with that. Our new book drop is mounted, and it's now available for curbside drop-offs. Library staff attended the Wallace's Family Literacy Night to speak about library programs and resources. We've hosted story times with the police department and a local author, and also with local author and educator Joanna Hermes. I attended a Parks and Rec meeting and the Rotary to speak about Read Across America Day, our Read Across America Day event and the summer reading program. Due to Joanna's hard work, our teen program has taken off this month. Our attendance has definitely jumped. She's done a lot of really good work and outreach with our teens. Our Read Across America Day event was moved indoors, as you guys know, due to the wind advisory. Still, even so, we were able to host 161 individuals at our event. And we noticed that most of these individuals stayed inside throughout the event. They stayed and hung out with us almost the whole time. Our numbers are lower in contrast to the previous years, but considering the circumstances, we're happy with the outcome and grateful to our sponsors and booths for making the day a success. And then not on there, this month coming up, Joanna and Courtney will be attending a summer reading program training in Tempe that's highly attended by other libraries throughout the state. So hopefully next month they'll be able to come and give you a little update and some ideas of that they're bringing back from that training. And then below that is just some statistics from February. And as you can see, Libby is still just taken off in contrast, especially to our total circulation, which is our in-house circulation, and compared to last year as well.
Perfect. Any questions or comments on the librarian's report? So the Libby is where we basically are in a pool of all the other libraries and they can do the audiobooks and
And the ebooks, yeah,
Ebooks.
and magazines. There's kids' books on there.
awesome.
Yeah, we're a part of a consortium.
Very good. 11,000, that's awesome.
Is that counting for Southwest, we're Southwest Valley, right?
Just our Southwest Valley
That's
consortium.
just Southwest
Yeah.
Valley, not all those other ones in the,
Right. So
thing.
it's anybody that's using our chunk of it.
okay.
Yeah. So they could be coming from Tempe using our library, and it would count toward our holds as well. Because it's materials that we've purchased.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's great numbers. Good job.
Thanks.
Okay, so moving on, our old business, winter, spring calendar. And Phoenix has provided that for us in the blue, so we have a March and an April.
And I attempted to print them front to back so I wouldn't have to use as much paper, but that's not what the printer had in mind.
So is there anything that's changed on either of these, Phoenix?
Yeah, we're, due to lack of interest, we're taking out the Kid Connection. We just haven't had a big following with that. People don't show up, so we're not gonna put as much energy into that, and then we're putting more of our energy into planning summer reading.
And what was Kid Connection?
It was just an hour for parents who have their kids at home or guardians who have their kids at home to come and use the library space to connect with other kids and other families.
And when will that be taken off the,
Just for April, so we'll continue it throughout the end of March, and then we'll. Yep. So if it ends up becoming more of a hit toward March, we'll put it back on, but yeah,
Yeah, because that's a hard time.
it is. But we've tried in the morning, we've
I
tried
know
in the
you guys have
afternoon.
tried lots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So just trying to find the right time, and everybody has so many differing schedules.
maybe during the summer.
Yeah.
And what's, just out of curiosity, I guess, what's your current banned book that you read, that the book club is reading?
They're reading Fahrenheit 451,
Okay.
right? I think that's the numbers. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Which is a book about banning books.
and are you having like a paint night or,
I'm not sure what Cassie has up her sleeve for the next craft night, but she always does a fantastic job, so we'll get that flyer out probably within the next week. Last week they painted book spines, so we took old books that were falling apart off of our shelves and let our patrons paint flowers or designs on the spines so they can sit on their shelves at home. Just a way to repurpose those old ones.
And is those well attended?
Yeah, they are. We have anywhere from, well, 6 to 30 people. It just depends on the night and what else is going on.
how's the garden club going?
It has not gone. So we're keeping it in the hope that we can get some more people. I think what we want to do moving forward is maybe reach out to people personally that we know had showed interest before, just to touch base with them and see maybe if a different time would work.
Maybe a collaborative effort with the U of A Extension because they have one also.
Oh, yeah.
So if they could pass out the information, maybe they couldn't make it to that one, but they could make it to this one,
Right.
or that they could
Yeah, no, that's
Maybe
a great
be a-
idea.
guest presenter or something.
Yeah.
And then I know just from social media, I've seen several people that are really involved over there
Mhm.
and just maybe if they knew of ours that they could
Right.
guest
Yeah.
speak. things
Yeah.
like that.
And they do all the schools.
Oh, very cool.
Gardens too. The U of A Extension does the
Yeah.
LaPera one and the one at West. I
Yeah.
think those are the only two
I took
schools that won't have one.
their garden class last
Okay.
year, and it was very,
Yes, I've taken it
very
too. Yep.
informative.
So what do you think is our most attended?
Program,
Mhm.
really, our adult nights, any of them have really taken off, especially our, what are they called? Murder mystery nights, where we provide dinner and they all dress up, and it's a ball. Paint nights always do really well, and then Murder Mystery Nights for our teens, book like that. Silent Library has been great for our teens and our adults. And then Cassie's Fable Makers has done really well lately as well.
Awesome.
Have you given any more thought to True Crime Club for adults?
Yeah, just trying to find the right time. And then now I'm not sure if we want to introduce it before summer because we typically go dark with most of our programming for summer. And then we bring our regular programming back. So I think that might be something that we revisit in August.
Suspenseful September.
Yes.
And our teen advisory board, what does that look like? How many do we have that
I
participate?
think there's a lot of them.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's a
I think there's
success as well.
10 or 12.
Very good.
Yeah, they are great. They want to do everything and be involved in everything. They did their own booth at our Read Across America Day, and they walked around in blue bubbles with their little wings on. Yeah, they were cute. I don't remember. I know that it did well, and they want to bring it back for Easter and egg people. So that's something to look forward to. Instead of mugging people, they'll be egging. So yeah, I know that they're planning on that as well.
Very cool. Well, we can't vote on anything today because we don't have a quorum, but so I thought we'd ask a little bit more questions.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
No, I appreciate it.
Do you guys have any other questions on the calendars? And then we can talk about the Bean Stack presentation and see how that's going. No? Okay, so how is the numbers? How's the Bean Stack?
It's not great. So I think I need to put more effort into promoting it. And I'd love feedback on a way to do that, especially with summer reading coming up.
I try. Is that the one you showed us last time with the app? I tried to sign up and it would not let me. Like
Really?
it gave me a lot of problems. I'll have to come in and try it again.
Yeah.
Maybe I was gonna say that maybe have a day where everybody you come in and we'll
Yeah.
help you get set up on this or something.
And we do have a day for that for summer. But I think that'd be a good thing to do, amping up for summer.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was like stuck at one point and it wouldn't let me I think it was like my name or something. It wouldn't let me put my name in and then it was it was really weird. I even
Yeah.
deleted it, tried to do it again and it just
Yeah, and any feedback is great. I know it's been harder, like not as user friendly as
It's
we would
not very
hope.
user-friendly, yeah.
no.
The Arizona State Library, or no, I think it is the Arizona State Library. It's either the Arizona State Library or AZLA is providing this for us. It is Arizona State Library. And they're wanting feedback because we switched from Read Squared, which was, if you think this one's hard, that one was, we didn't even attempt to roll it out because we couldn't even set it up ourselves. So any feedback is great. I can reach out to our person and try and get some more info on how to make it a little bit more user-friendly. But yeah, that's something that's purchased and paid for through the Arizona State Library. And that's why we're trying to make it work. But we are thankful for the opportunity to have it. I think that, again, I need to work on advertising it a little bit better and remembering to tell people whenever they bring their kids in and
I mean,
helping people.
like my child loves it. She
Yeah.
likes to see how much she's read. I personally, as an adult, don't really care how many minutes I've read.
Right.
It doesn't like matter to me. Well, if I read 5 minutes or no.
Yeah.
But she likes to see how many minutes she's read.
Right. And I think it is geared more toward kids. I think for me as a reader, I don't care about the minutes, but I like to see what I've read. And I like to make little notes about it, especially trying to recommend books to other patrons. It makes it a little bit easier for me to reflect back on things that I've read because I'll be like, oh my gosh, I remember I love that book and I don't remember anything about it, but I know the feeling it gave me. So it's fun to be able to make some notes and keep track of what I'm actually reading.
I think you guys are great at your videos.
Our little TikToks.
So that might be a great way to entice
Okay.
and also educate. So back to kind of she was having a hard time getting, so maybe a tutorial or something
Oh, yeah.
on the website so that people can kind of, we live in such a visual world.
That is for
And
sure.
you guys are awesome at that, so
Okay.
maybe a suggestion.
No, that's a good idea.
Okay.
And then it might help decrease the amount of people trying to come to the desk and troubleshoot.
Yeah. I almost prefer that they come to the desk to troubleshoot. It's just easier to walk somebody through it.
In person, yeah.
Same thing with Libby. People will call and try and do it over the phone, and it's a little bit harder because I can't see their screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on to our new business, spring summer events. And so that's our calendar. Does anybody have further questions on the calendar?
I have our summer calendar, tentative calendar. These are the weeks that we want to do it, if you want to pass it around. There's also our summer reading kickoff and then like a little picture of the prize that we're going to be raffling off.
What's
to
the
families
prize?
that come. It's a camping set. So there's a big tent, some sleeping bags. As it gets closer, we'll buy s'mores things.
It's 3 different sheets.
Yeah, there's three of them.
There's 3 different sheets.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
We'll just keep passing them around.
But what we're doing a little bit differently this year is dedicating a week to each age group instead of having it be a day here, a day here, a day here. Then families who are wanting to travel, then we don't have to depend on, that their kid is going to come Monday this day, Tuesday that day, and then into the next month. It's just a little bit, I think it'll be easier planning. So I know for our K-2 group, we're probably going to do something similar to our Box Trolls program where we have all the cardboard stuff out. We're going with the theme of adventure, which is the state theme. And we're really leaning into, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, Bilbo Baggins running out of his house saying, "I'm going on an adventure," and cottagecore and trees and leaves and just being outdoors. So that's why we're choosing the camping set. And then going back to K2, they'll build castles and swords and things out of cardboard, just using their minds and some tools and a little bit of help from us. And then by the end of the week, they'll have a big castle built, and if everything goes as planned, and then they'll get to, storm the castle and tear it all down. We have, let me grab this for June. We are wanting to do Enchanted Storytime once a month, so one in July and one in June. And that's for 0 to 10-year-olds where they can come dress up. We want to have twinkly lights, like a little tea party story time, some music, just something fun for our littles to get dressed up and do. Some of our adult programs will be mirror making, so like the ornate mirrors, adding some moss and things to it to make it look like a fantasy mirror. A different paint nights for adults. Our teens, I think Joanna wants to make giant wings, and we're splitting up the teen groups this year. So having our tweens in one group and teens in the other, I think will help with getting some of our older teens more interested. And then, of course, our murder mystery nights. And we want to do a high fae tea party for adults at some point in July as well. So we have lots of ideas, candle painting, and we're really excited, especially for the theme. Yeah.
Very good.
That's awesome.
Well, I love the graphics already.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, fun
Yeah.
and should be enticing.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right, our next 3 things are minutes. So, because we don't have a quorum, we can't do that. Anything else?
Future topics. We are currently working on our policy and getting it updated and up to date with not only state law, but also with library law, making sure that it meshes well with our town policies and doesn't, clash. And then making sure that it's easy to read and has everything that a library policy should have. So I'm hoping that next month we'll be able to bring that to you guys to show you. And then I'd love to have Joanna and Courtney come and tell you a little bit about their SRP training, their summer reading program training that they attended or that they will attend at the end of March.
Very good. Okay.
I have a future topic that I think we should discuss as a board, advisory board, and Amy's gonna laugh at me, about attendance and members not attending. We never seem to have a quorum, and it may be something we should take into consideration, about either getting new members or, I don't wanna say kick members off, but we just, and I'm not perfect. I've missed a few meetings here and there too, and I understand life happens and stuff, but if you can't come to the meetings 4, 5, 6 times in a row, then why are you on this board? So something to think about.
I personally have sat on some town boards in the past for a lot of years, and when I came to the town council meeting to say I think this foreseeably could be an issue for us to get a quorum, and just having lived through these kind of issues, so we may consider going back to 5. I know that the town voted 7 across the board, but this was why, if we have a 5-man board, we would only need 3, and at 7, we need 4. So just food for thought. It has been kind of an issue across the board, so yeah, we could maybe bring that back for discussion.
Amy knows how I am. I'm a stickler for attendance.
All right. Well, if any other future topics? All right, 6:06. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Our next
Phoenix.
meeting is April 8th.
I will not be here that day.
Where are you going? What are you doing?